What we're looking at here is a large marble stairway, and you can see that they're all individual pieces. Each step looks like it's an individual piece. Each section of the patio, the walkway area, is an individual piece. Now, the problem I found was that some of these pieces must be moving. And you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it to give you a better idea, but the one on the right looks like it's up about a ½ inch higher than the one on the left. And I just wanted to throw out there that this could be, there's a really good chance that something like this is from the soil compacting or settling underneath, or some type of an erosion problem. I mean, once you get gaps in between the marble, the blocks, you could end up with water seeping in between over a period of time, and of course erosion. So that is going to be one of the problems. But reason why I made the video was just to point out that the problem could be underneath the stairway, and of course, that problem might be erosion, like I said here earlier. But here's a drawing of how I would imagine the blocks of marble are put together. They're individual pieces, and since they're individual pieces, they could move on their own. Now, let's just say that you put this on top of concrete with reinforced metal. You didn't want it to move at all. Well, then there's a good chance that it's not going to move if it's on top of concrete. But that's really not going to be the case all the time, because the movement is going to take place underneath the concrete, underneath the blocks of marble, in the areas where the soil can settle. It can expand and contract. And again, it all depends upon what you use. And this is something that I've really never heard a lot of people talk about. And that would, of course, be the amount of soil. Let's just say that you wanted to, you're building a freeway and you put 2 feet of base underneath the freeway of concrete, rock, gravel, sand, something like that. And I can understand you're probably going to reduce your chances of the road moving, sections of the road. But if you don't do something to connect these individual pieces, like for a freeway, for example, it's all connected with rebar, This stairway, I think, would have been better if they would have actually doweled, drilled holes in the edges of the marble and on each side. So the one on the left and the one on the right would basically be connected through some type of a doweling system, using metal rods and even epoxy for that to join them together. And of course you wouldn't have that, because you wouldn't have the movement like you would if they're all individual pieces, of course, just sitting on top of the soil. So I just wanted to throw that out there. These are things during the design phase we really have to address instead of waiting until after the fact, because honestly, I can't even imagine how you would fix something like this. You'd basically have to take it apart and then put it back together. And if you take it apart, throw a few blocks underneath it or some type of a system to raise it up, and then it's still settling, it still continues to settle, you haven't solved the problem. So think about these things. For one, maybe marble's not going to be your best option. This isn't going to be something you're going to do all the time, obviously. And I would imagine most of the time today, this wouldn't even be an option because it'd be too expensive. But if you are going to do something like this, make sure that you have some type of a reinforcement attached to each side. Some type of a doweling would be good. And make sure that everything, all the soil is compacted as the best you can before even setting the marble blocks on top of the base there.